Story 1. I need some advice on crazy family Christmas plans, such a cliché, right? My husband and I have been together for 10 years and we're very close. However, I don't enjoy spending time with his family. There's nothing wrong with them, they are nice people, and I won't speak badly of them, especially on a public forum, but suffice it to say, it's tense. They have a family dynamic that breeds tension, with taboo subjects and so much unsaid. I find it very uncomfortable to be with them. I'm fine with a day visit if they are in the country, but they live abroad, so visiting them involves overnight stays, so we're talking entire weekends and minimum 3-day stays at the holidays. So I don't go for many weekend visits throughout the year. My husband has got used to that. Christmas. Well, I love Christmas, it's my thing. I love it so much. I love the traditions and the gift planning and wrapping and giving, and the decorating and the food. I have spent only 2 Christmases with my husband's family in the 10 years we have been together, and they were the most miserable ever. And I don't want to ever go again. Traditionally, his family get together every other year for Christmas. The alternate year is the in-law year, where everyone spends Christmas with the in-law families. This year, and every other year for the rest of my life, would be with them. The reason I have only spent 2 Christmas there so far is because of various plans with my daughter from a previous marriage and not wanting to leave her alone, etc. This year, she is spending it traveling with her boyfriend, as she is now in her 20s. So this leaves a few options, where no1 is truly happy option 1. My husband and I spend Christmas here at home, just the 2 of us. Carving up a small turkey breast. Him choking back his anger and frustration at not being with his family, and me aching with guilt at separating him from them. Option 2. I go visit his family for an excruciating miserable 3 to 4 day visit. Option 3. My preferred option, I stay home alone for the 3 days he goes and sees his family. Then when he's back and my daughter is back, we all celebrate Christmas together. I actually enjoy my own company. We have a neighbor's party on Christmas Eve, and on Christmas Day, the entire community goes to the pub at lunchtime. I'd have the fireplace, my own meal, sole ownership of the remote. I would love that. I have spent many Christmas alone during an 8-year span between marriages, and I like it. Whatever I do will set a precedent forever. I don't want to be the arsehole who separates him from his family and forces him to stay with me, away from them. But I just hate going and spending Christmas with them. He will never agree to me to spending Christmas on my own. His sense of duty and complete disbelief that I would be happy alone won't allow him to do this. Also, I get how it's a bit embarrassing to arrive at your family's house and say, "Only me." My wife hates coming here so much she'd rather spend Christmas alone. Any ideas? It's been the elephant in the room since December 26th last year. Story 2. My ex, 42M, and I, 37F, share custody of our 13-year-old daughter and 12-year-old son. While I was recovering in hospital from our son's complicated birth, he left me for his current wife Paula, 35F. They tried to use my vulnerable and weakened state to get custody of the kids, which luckily failed. The divorce took almost 2 years because my ex and Paula wanted the house he and I shared, and he was trying to insist the house was 100 when it was not. In the end, the house was sold and we split the money 50-50, which was what I had been waiting for. Custody was 50-50, but with me having sole decision-making abilities, education and medical. This was because of a fight he engaged in over several things before our divorce was even finalized, and because he admitted he would make decisions with Paula and would not consult me. The judge did not take kindly to that. There was a period starting when our kids were 6 and 7 where I had custody for almost 2 years. My ex and Paula engaged in a ton of parental alienation, attempted to interfere in the kids being in therapy, and went hard on trying to make the kids call Paula mom. They had to engage in co-parenting and parenting classes on top of therapy before unsupervised visitation and later custody were restored. The relationship between ex and myself remains sour. The relationship between Paula and myself doesn't exist. We hate each other and we avoid each other. I hate my ex too, but that's born more from disgust about how he has put Paula before our kids with his actions. He doesn't care how much their actions hurt them. Our kids do not have a positive relationship with Paula, and my ex has complained about their disrespect of her in the past. But he never provided examples. Recently this changed and he wanted me to continue a punishment of our daughter that he set. My ex and Paula tried to have children of their own and have been unsuccessful. Then 2 months ago Paula was diagnosed with cervical cancer. A few weeks after her diagnosis, my ex and Paula tried to set the kids up to help Paula out around the house and help take care of her when they're with him. Paula said she'd need her babies more than ever, and my daughter told her she wouldn't help and she doesn't care that Paula has cancer. My ex demanded she apologize, but my daughter refused. He emailed me the next night stating I need to be on his side and ground her for at least 30 days and longer if she refuses to apologize. He said she cannot get away with speaking to Paula that way and she might as well have wished her dead. He said our son might also need to be punished because he appears to share the sentiment but did not state it aloud. I told him I would not be grounding our daughter for a month or longer, and he needed to reflect on their behavior to see why she responded as she did and why our son appears to share the sentiment. I spoke to both kids when they returned to my home. My daughter said she hates that her dad and Paula expect them to care for Paula when she does everything to be awful to me and never cared if the things said about me hurt her and her brother. She said she was tired of them acting like Paula was their mom. My son said he doesn't want to help Paula but didn't say anything because he didn't want to be punished. He said Paula used to wish for me to be sick like that and he didn't think it was fair to ask them to help because of that. My ex has repeatedly emailed me asking if I have grounded our daughter yet. He's name-called and accused me of trying to curse Paula via our kids. He then said I was failing as a mother. That I was letting adult issues turn the kids into awful people. I won't say any of what he said has made me feel guilty. But I suppose I am reflecting on if I'm not doing the best by my kids. For me, their feelings are valid and I don't think they're wrong about how Paula has earned them not wanting to help. But I may just be too close to reasonably assess this. So I'm here asking AITA. Story 3. My wife and I have been together for 4 years, married for almost 2. We both have kids. My daughter is 11 and my son is 9. We lost their mom when they were younger. My wife had been divorced for many years and shared custody of her 15 and 16-year-olds with her ex until a few months ago when he was granted permission to move to another state with their kids, because their kids wanted to go with their dad. My wife doesn't want to be away from her kids for long periods of time and she has told me she's moving. She feels like she needs to be near her kids. I support this. But I won't move my kids away from family, friends, and stability to do this. My kids don't want to move either. They heard my wife mention it several weeks ago and they told me they don't want to leave. They'd miss everyone too much. I already know the life my kids have here is what they need and where they thrive. I explained this to my wife and she was defeated. She told me we can't make a marriage work if I'm here and she's there, and I said I agree, and I told her I believe the best way forward would be to divorce. She was upset by this, of course, and we talked and I comforted her and she asked me if there was anything she could say or do to make me reconsider. I told her I won't move my children and I would never ask her to be apart from her kids for months at a time. I said we're both committed to the best interest of our individual children and that means doing what's right for them even if it's not right for us as a couple. She asked for us to talk it out some more and we have. We've talked about it extensively, but all the while she has been making arrangements for a place where her ex and kids now live and a new job. I think she believed I would change my mind the more we discussed everything, but I have not, and now she's angry that I would rather our marriage end than move so we can all be together as a family. But I know this is not what's best for my kids.